Hello and welcome everyone. Today's topic is a rather contentious one. We're going to discuss whether the Indian cricket team should go for split captaincy. That is, whether we should have one captain for Test cricket and another captain for limited over cricket. No prizes for guessing who the two candidates are. On the one hand, we have Virat Kohli, one of the best batsmen in the world, a high performer that way, benchmark level physical fitness and work ethics level. So he leads by example in that sense. He also gets compared a lot with his predecessor, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, Captain Cool. Kohli, in spite of a very good record as captain, doesn't have the ICC trophies to show. Rohit Sharma, on the other hand, the contender, has always done well when it comes to leading Team India in Virat Kohli's absence. As an IPL captain, in fact, he's a legend of the game. He's a legend of the IPL as a captain. We must also not forget that Rohit Sharma, when he leads Team India, doesn't have the services of Virat Kohli, the best batsman in the world who bats at number 3. He plays with a makeshift number 3 in Team India. The other point to note is that in demeanor, Virat Kohli is very unlike Mahendra Singh Dhoni. He's the antithesis of Mahendra Singh Dhoni. So we have different personalities out here. Mahesh, you had blogged about this subject and we had a lot of responses. So let's take it up from there. Let's pick up from where you left there. Could you weigh in on the pros and cons of both the players and whether there is a point in evaluating split captaincy? All yours.
Okay, for the benefit of those who would not have read the blog, let me advise you, go and read the blog, because then you will know what is the thinking I have had while writing the blogs. Now, to begin with, there is no doubt that Virat Kohli is the world's best batsman. I mean, his records have been fantastic. So when it comes to Test cricket, he's led the team beautifully. There is no competition for him when it comes to Test cricket as to if there is anybody for captaincy's role. I think he is head and shoulders above every single player in the Indian team. Because even if you look at Rohit Sharma, he's just getting into the Test team. In fact, he's just been a couple of seasons old only as an opener for Team India. So he can't be given the responsibility so soon. So for Test cricket, it has to be Virat Kohli. There is no denying that. I'm not saying that Virat Kohli has had a fabulous record as a Test captain, because India has not won a lot of matches abroad. But given the current team, I think there is nobody better than Virat Kohli as far as the Test captain.
Virat has about 30 odd Test victories as captain. His win-loss record probably is better than some of the more well-known captaincy names in Indian cricket. Sourav Ganguly, even Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Mahendra Singh Dhoni, for all his exploits as a limited over cricket captain, he's had really bad defeats in England, in Australia. Virat Kohli hasn't lost that badly in the Sena Nations, except the drubbing we had in New Zealand. He has taken us to victory in Australia. So
good point. Just hold your thought there.
He's done well. In limited overs cricket, the record is he's got over 60 odd victories out of 80-90 matches, but the win-loss percentage is very high. He doesn't have the big trophies to show, but the record perspective, to say he's good.
Okay, let's first look at the Test matches.
Sure.
So if you see, we all glorify the performance of the Indian team in the last tour to Australia, where we beat them in the Test matches. So the 2 Test matches that we won, it does not have the same shine as it would have had David Warner and Steve Smith would have been there. But that's not our problem, right? If they have not been picked for some reason, that is not our problem, correct? So I agree to it. So his acid test will happen in Australia when he travels this year around. Okay, so it'll be very interesting to see. He's had a Test match victory in South Africa. He's had a Test match victory in England. Okay, but we have not been able to get a series win in both these countries in Test cricket. I'm not talking about limited overs cricket for the time being. Recently, we went to New Zealand. We defeated them in the T20 International, but when it came to the one day and the Test cricket, I don't think we really performed well.
Mahesh,
so let's keep a Test match.
We know that winning overseas in Test cricket, it's like the last frontier. None of the Indian captains before have really been able
never performed.
Have really been able to win in the uh, outside subcontinent conditions.
So
Be it
I
Sourav
completely
Ganguly,
agree
be it
that
Mohammad
Virat.
Azharuddin, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, whoever it is. So are we holding Virat Kohli to a higher standards, higher set of standards? And is that because of the consistency he has been achieving? The Team India has been winning around the year. So we get very unhappy when we lose a knockout game. But isn't that because our expectation is nothing short of a championship trophy?
Okay, now with regards to Test cricket, I told you right at the beginning, there is nobody who can challenge him for captaincy's role because he is the best that we have as of now. Okay, you're right. We have not won even in the past with all the great captains that we had. We had Ganguly, we had Dhoni. None of them really won, right? So we are not holding it against Virat Kohli. So as a Test captain, he should continue. There is no doubt about that. I think he will improve as we go forward. When it comes to the white ball format, that is when he's got a challenger in Rohit Sharma. Because there are a lot of ex-cricketers who have gone and said that Rohit Sharma is probably the world's best white ball batsman. Now that is something that has given Rohit Sharma a lot of confidence. If you see the recently concluded World Cup last year in 2019 in England, Rohit Sharma was in the form of his life. He scored 5 centuries, right? I mean, he scored a lot of runs. He was a top scorer for India. So all these things, and then what happened is
but does that make him the captaincy candidate? Sachin
yes,
Tendulkar played a good part of his career under Sourav Ganguly and then with Rahul Dravid and Azharuddin earlier.
I agree. So, but at least in the one-day format, Rohit Sharma can at least be considered to be a captain. Whereas in Test cricket, there is no consideration of any other person. Rohit Sharma was given captaincy in the Asia Cup and the Nidas Trophy. He won both the tournaments for India. Look at his performance in the IPL. He's been the best captain in the IPL. He's winning the maximum title. Okay. Now, when we played in New Zealand, the T20 format, he was there. We won. He got injured. He came back to India in the one-day international. We did not win. The reason being that at the top of the order, he gives us great starts and he's become a big player. Moreover, as a captain, you need to be aggressive. You need to be communicating. You should be able to communicate well. And most importantly, you should be able to manage a team. I think Rohit Sharma can do all the three. I'm not saying that Virat Kohli can't do it. We're just trying to see whether the reason Virat Kohli has not been able to win an ICC tournament by getting Rohit Sharma, will we be able to change that? Now, the 2017...
Just a minute. ICC trophies come very rarely. Hasn't come very frequently to Indian cricket. We won in '83. Then Dhoni is the one who brought ICC trophies to us. So not
11 and 13 we won.
Yeah, and not after that. Virat Kohli's Team India goes into most tournaments as the favorite or one of the 2 or 3 favorites to win. And it's a big disappointment for us when we cannot win the trophy. And isn't that because of the high standards that we set throughout the tournament? Can we hold that against him that 1 or 2 crucial matches we couldn't win them? Is that a reason to hold against Virat Kohli's limited over captaincy? I'm asking this because Virat Kohli has had a very long stint as a Test captain. Dhoni retired long back, 2014.
Correct.
He has captained India. Virat has captained India in 55 tests and less than 100 one-day matches. So he's not been an ODI captain for really that long. Doesn't he need a little more time? Isn't Virat Kohli still a work in progress as captain?
So let us look at it. I mean, 2017 was the Champions League. 2019 is the World Cup that we just won. So 2020 there is the T20 World Cup. We will know how well we can play and how well we can really perform. Now, but we always need to look at certain options by which we might be able to play better than what we played in the past. Now, one of them could be the captaincy. There is no guarantee that Rohit firing. And I mean, look at the way he's performed. One of the reasons why we won the 2011 World Cup or the 2013 World Cup is that Dhoni was at the hem of it, and people like Virat Kohli blossomed under it. Same thing, Virat Kohli might be able to play a big role with Rohit Sharma leading the side. But having said that, it's a very sensitive thing. So I'm not very sure whether it is probably something that the Indian selection team would consider at the present.
I will give another perspective on why we could consider split captaincy, and which is purely in the area of workload management for Virat Kohli to prolong his career across the different formats in the chosen formats, the formats in which he wants to extend his career the longest. Maybe he could hand over T20 or T20 and ODI to Rohit Sharma, so that Indian team as a whole focuses on all the formats differently under different leaderships. This cricket these days is not like it used to be 2 decades ago.
Very true. Very true.
Look, this is the era of specialists. England under Morgan's leadership won the World Cup. Under Root, there are strong force in Test cricket also. So the time for split captaincy has arrived on the world stage.
There is merit in that.
Yeah. One particular incident in the New Zealand series. You remember India won the T20 series and then lost the ODI series. In one of the post-match presentations, I think Virat was heard telling that this year we're going to focus more on T20, and it's not that these ODI defeats bother us so much.
Yeah.
A comment that did not go well with a lot of people.
Correct.
Now, every match for Team India is worth its weight in gold. So
absolutely.
So if we have different leaderships, if we have different captains in different formats, maybe
it can motivate.
Yeah, and we are also putting a structure in place which allows us to concentrate on all the formats at the same time. Maybe that's a case for split captaincy. What do you think?
And if you see, England is a good example. Like what you mentioned, England is a damn good example. Because when they lost the 2015 World Cup, they went back and they realized to go
Correct.
forward, they need a new captain. They need everything. I mean, all the players who were good test players, who made us test players, and all the one-day players were put together and they went on to win the World Cup. From where to where in 4 years, England have actually been a great example for world cricket. So my belief is that we can test this out. Maybe not in the World Cup that's coming in, but as we move forward into the other bilateral series, we can start with the bilateral series. And when the ICC tournament comes, we might be able to give Rohit Sharma a good run.
So you think that we can give it a run, but you doubt whether the board will actually go for it?
See, first of all, Vishnu, the fact is that this is a new selection committee, right, under Sunil Joshi. And I don't think the selection committee would be bold enough to make such drastic changes. Because if it doesn't work and if it backfires, you know what happens in India, right? I mean, any wrong decision taken by the selection committee, and they'll get heavily, trolled by the normal cricket fan as well as the media. So I don't think they will take that kind of a decision very quickly. But it's not a bad idea to consider it, is all that my request is.
So, fine. Let's sum it up. What are the pros and the cons? Pros for continuity. No split captaincy. Why disturb? Yeah.
Why disturb? They're doing reasonably well. Maybe like what you said, we've not won an ICC tournament, but we still reach the semi-finals and finals. It's that one game, It's that one game. Is it that he's not able to inspire a team in a big match? I don't know. Because even if you see his captaincy with RCB, though he had a very good team, he had Gale, he had De Villiers, and he himself as the number 1, 2, 3. Still, he was not able to inspire the team to go even to the playoffs in certain years, which goes to show that maybe the aggression is very good, but he is not able to inspire the rest of the team to raise their games at a crucial juncture. Like the 2017 World Cup Champions Trophy finals, I think we were beaten fair and square by Pakistan, who we had defeated very easily in the league match. Which goes to show, come the big match, is it that he's not able to inspire the remaining 10 people to play, or raise their game? So maybe it's one way of looking at it, but as of now, continuity, looks the way forward, especially since we haven't played any cricket for the last 3-4 months, and we might start playing only probably sometime in August or September. I think for the time being, continuity is the way forward.
And what would be the points in favor of split captaincy?
Like what you said, burden is one. Second, Virat Kohli will be able to focus on his batting. Right now, as a captain, he's got a lot of things going on in his head. When a big match comes, like the semi-finals of the World Cup, okay, if he was playing just as a captain, he would not be thinking about the remaining 10 players. He'll be only thinking about his own batting, right? And probably he might become a bigger match winner. He's a big match winner. There's no doubt about that. Probably the best when it comes to chases. But he would become a bigger match player. It will help Indian cricket move forward.
Also, the pure fact that split captaincy might be an idea whose time has come, in that sense, and there's no point we shying away from it. It allows you to concentrate on the different formats at the same time, and you will not have a situation where the captain says, this year I'm going to concentrate on T20. You can actually have a slightly different formation for a test cricket where 3 or 4 players are different. Captain is different.
True. See, look at England. England has a team, their white ball cricket team is very different from the red ball cricket team, right? I mean, they've got real hitters, pinch hitters kind of thing. Same thing in India, we should actually have 2 different teams because it will help. Like what you said, the amount of cricket that India plays, no other team in the world plays. And you can easily get burnt out, right? So if somebody like Virat Kohli wants to take rest, he's got a team that is already well and tuned in to play a format. Maybe he or Rohit Sharma, one of them being there is good enough, probably. At least for the bilateral series. Because if you don't give them enough rest, whether it is Rohit Sharma, whether it is Virat Kohli, they can get burnt out very quickly.
Fair enough. Good discussion, Mahesh.
Yes.
I think we have touched upon the issue from different perspectives. To our viewers, let us know what you think about it. Thank you.
Thank you.